But let me 30 minutes to talk about the problems of Islam, of integration of Islam and sciences. Um, I gave only three categories, or three models. The first one is integration of sciences in Islam, where Islam is placed in the core of what called in Pak Amin Abdullah system of knowledge, in the core of jaring laba-laba, spider web of Islamic or of knowledge seen from Islamic perspective. And Pak Imam Suparogo place or make a tree of knowledge, while Pak Professor Fatah Nasr from Bandung made Roda Pedati. This is the same. I think the three models, Malang, Jogja, Malang, and Bandung, go in the same line. Is that to place Islam in the core of all sciences. So Islam is the basic philosophy of all sciences for them. And in the method of explanation, they, for me, they tend to preserve the faith through the explanation of all knowledges, of knowledge, either from Islamic perspective or from academic perspective. And for the axiology, of course, is that all sciences for this perspective is placed under the what is it? The ibadah, the obedience to God. Yeah. So well, this is good from Islamic perspective, and it make Muslim happy with all this knowledge. But I think that no, I will, because only 30 minutes. I will give some notes on this. It is that the knowledge of scientists become only instruments for the religion, for Islam. So you can take sciences for the benefits of da'wah, or to a better understanding self as a servant of God, and to help the believers to know better the world wherein they live, in order that they can spread the teaching of Islam in a very easy way. And but for me, as following Al-Ghazali in his Tahafut al-Falasifa, that the sciences fail to explain the reality if it is subordinated to religion. Because, for example, when reading the Ghazali Tahafut al-Falasifa, when proving the existence of God, when I was a child, I was taught by my father, who was my teacher, my first teacher in religion, that to know that God exists, you have to see the reality, that the reality of yourself, that you were nothing before, and then you existed, and then you will be nothing after that. So everything that is nothing, from nothing, and become existent, needs something to make it exist. And the maker is God. So it is not fully explain the reality. But of course, this make the believer happy with the faith. Okay. Now, let's bring you into the model of Amin. So the Quran, Sunnah in the middle, and then methods and approaches, and then you see that in the yellow you will see all of Islamic traditional knowledge, sciences, and then come the more you go, you will find other sciences. So it's the notes or make what is a connotation. It make a connotation that all knowledge sprout from Islam, from Quran and Sunnah. Yeah, I don't like that, but because he was the rector, so I reformed it. Now he is no longer director. And for Imam Suprayogo, you can see that the tree of knowledge that he tried to grow has the Pancasila, Bahasa Arab, so Pancasila, Arabic and English, philosophy, ilmu alamiah dasar, basic knowledge of nature, and basic knowledge of social knowledge, of social sciences, in aspect in the room. So you can see that. And it's very strange that Bahasa Arab and Bahasa Inggris is in the room. No, but when I came to him, no, this is wrong, Pak Imam. He said, okay, you may say wrong because you are director of Islamic Higher Education. But when you go, I will erect this tree again. Yeah. Okay, so he is started in this. And the Quran, Sunnah, Sirah Nabawiyah, pemikiran Islam or Islamic thought and Tamadun Islam are the trunk. And then come all knowledge, all sciences after that. So I think that what is in his mind is Indonesian Islam. So he used Indonesia and Islam as basis for all of these sciences. And now Pak Nanat Fatah Nasr from Bandung. It's very complicated for me. It's not like, well, I don't know how to explain, but it begins with Quran, Allah, and ayat kauniyah, ayat Quraniyah, and then come all of the sciences. But at the end, in the outer, what is, I don't know, outer record or what, will amal soleh and iman, amal soleh and ilmu. So, well, it's how these three rectors of UIN view the knowledge, the creation of knowledge in Indonesian perspective. Now, this is one. Second, I will. How many minutes? Okay. Okay. So now, second, the integration of Islam in science. So we in this perspective, we bring Islam into the categories or into the prerequisites or conditions of academic thinking or academic method. So Islam is integrated in scientific method. So how to understand Islam in a scientific method? So we have Pak Motiari, for example. He said that to study Islam you must use three-dimensional approach. This look, socio-historical approach, sociology, historical and philosophical approach. But he made it into one, so you have to know the process of Islam within sociological and historical perspective. And you may not understand the essence of Islam if you don't know philosophy. So use these three, I call it three-dimensional approach, but I don't know what Pak Motiali called his idea. When he was the Minister of Religious Affairs, he said that we have to do this, to approach Islam with three perspectives. So historical, sociological, and philosophical. Yeah, to know the essence and the process. While Muhammad Arkun, for example, he said that to know Islam, you have to place it within the perspective of anthropology religious, religious anthropology. Yeah, which is you put Islam within the theories of anthropology as the phenomenon of human being, whether as an individual or as a member of a group. Yeah. So here the logico-hypothetico-verificative method is must be applied. Yeah. So you begin with the logic, and then you make hypothetics, and then the hypothesis that you have must be verified in an academic way. So this is the method, is logico, hypothetico, verificative, and scientific explanation. It means that all of the aspects of Islam must be logically and intelligibly explained. So that's a problem. For example, when you have to explain the predestination in Islam. So I was I have many difficulties when doing this in writing my thesis, my master thesis under the supervision of Professor Motiali, because I've told you before that Pak Motiali is very much very much disciplinary. Very strict. Very strict in using this his method of approach, philosophical, historical, and sociological. So, but thank God I passed his supervision. So logicality and intelligibility. So many things that we cannot understand actually the takdir or the destination of God. Why I was born in a peasant family in Purworejo, very remote area. Why not in Jakarta or Yogyakarta, in very modern place? No, so I have to struggle with my backwardness. To be a professor here. So that must be logical. Why? So when I said that that is the predestination made by God, that I can only follow. No, it is not logical. So you have to have something to make it, to prove that it is logic. It is academic or so on. And the criticism for this view or perspective is that Islam then falls in reduction. And Islam is only an intelligible religion. And as Muhammad Iqbal said, that Islam may not be put under the scrutiny of logic, because Islam is much higher than something logical, yeah, and philosophical religion. So in the classical Islamic philosophy, we find, for example, the idea of amthal and so on in philosophical doctrine that sees religion in in ideas of Plato, and then also the subordination of religion. So the religion, Islam is subordinate as against the reason. And sciences view reality I don't know, is it English? Piecemeal. So it's not integrated. So when you study sociology, you see the reality only in relation between human beings. And when you study psychology, you see the human being only in this aspect of sociological psychological aspect, and so on. So sciences always view the world in only one perspective, while religion is holistic in nature. Yeah. And the third, it's I am trying to find the solution for these two kind of integration. Oh, no, it's it's only the just image, but I don't know how to separate this the first the bigger circle from the smaller circle. Now, integration of religion and science in humanity. So I'm trying to make a solution, whether it is a success or not. But I'm a little bit nervous in front of Zainab, because he's very rigorous in this kind. Yeah. So if can we integrate religion and science in humanity? It is not to put religion in science and not to put sciences in religion, but I want to put both in humanity or in civilization. But I hesitate to use civilization, because I am a professor of Islamic civilization, so it's a kind of bias. But yes, well, I think it's only natural for me. The only thing that make me hesitate is that it is a kind of reduction. Reduction of what? Reduction of Islam and sciences within the humanity. But let me try to explain that we human beings always see the realities in a perspective of human being. For example, when the Quran says that arda ba'da dhalika dahaha, or afala yanzuruna ila al-ibili kayfa khuliqat wa ila as-samai kayfa rufi'at wa ila al-jibali kayfa nusibat wa ila al-ardi kayfa sutihat. So the earth in the Quran is flat. Why? Because it is seen from human perspective. From human perspective, the earth is flat. But from physical science perspective, the earth is not flat. Yeah. And you have to do justice to all aspects of reality from human awareness. So everything is seen from human perspective, and then everything also is appreciated whenever it comes to our awareness. When is something, what is it? Something, reductional in its nature. For example, when for a Japanese peasant in the urban in the rice field, for example, for rice, for the reality rice, in Japanese languages we have like 10 to 15 names, but in English we have only one, rice. But in Japanese we have beras, menir, and so on. So you know that. So it's because it is the difference between the many kinds of rice is coming into the awareness of the peasant in the rice field, and not for European who don't know how to grow the rice and so on. So when the daughter of Pa Yahya Muhaimin, former Minister of Education, he was in United States with their parents when Pa Yahya for more than 8 years there, finishing his study. And when the daughter came back to Jogja and saw the image of padi dan kapas, and he was asked by the teacher, "What is this? What is the answer?" The answer is segar. Yeah. Segar. So this cooked rice. Yeah. But because in English there is only rice, and for Pak Yahya Muhaimin family only segar, because he came from Brebes, segar. And this is the only what in Indonesian she said, she understood for the translation of rice. So she was right, yeah, because she is aware of rice, only the cooked rice, and not in the rice in the field, or the rice with all of the I don't know. Rice with all of this is accessories. I don't know. Yeah, and then the possibility of development. Sorry for the incorrectness. Development. So when we integrate Islam and sciences within the perspective of humanity, we can develop either Islam or sciences. So both can be developed within our own perspective. But the problem is that does it mean that we subordinate God into under the humanity? No, because Islam is not God. Islam is human-made thing. Islam is always renewed or reshaped or whatever by human being, and not made by God. So I think it is not our sin to develop our concept of Islam, our concept of monotheism of this religion, concept of justice, concept of even the concept of faith itself. I think I have to finish here, and thank you very much for your attention.